Taking a time, guys. Give us a moment. There we go. Hello, everyone. Hello. Sassare here with more Final Fantasy XIV. Joining me is, of course, Miro. Look at this. We got Vector in chat. And now we got to go speak with Ilberd in New Gridania as we are doing the quest Tendrils of Intrigue, which let us know that Intrigue is in fact the Ivy. So essentially what we're doing right now is we are rooting out a spy within the Immortal Flames who has been there since the company's inception. Which means they have been there for a very long fucking time. At least 5 years. So not like a very, very long time, but you know, like a long time. Anyway. And after that, we've also been dealing with Iceheart in Ishgard, who is, by all accounts, what they would describe as a heretic because they claim to worship Lady Shiva, who was a woman who laid with dragons. My thanks for coming, Scion. Doubtless the commander has informed you, but we have unmasked the Ivy. From this point on, we must proceed with extreme caution. Oh, we figured out who it was. Haddock dip. Okay, let's equip our new armor, and then... Look at that. Look how buff we look now. Perfect. Okay. Chasing Ivy instead of chasing Amy. Listen well. The spy we have been seeking all this time is none other than Flame Marshal Eileen Royal, Rabon's second in command. Prior to joining the Immortal Flames, she was a mercenary of no small renown. They say her skill with a polearm had to be seen to believe. Also, she's been in every meeting that we've been at, if you recall. Except for, like, one or two. Of Ishgardian birth, she is the highest ranked foreigner in the Immortal Flames, barring the Flame General himself, of course. When he formed the Grand Company, Rabon chose people based on their worth. Whence they hailed was of no interest. The monetarists saw things differently, however. Having funded the enterprise, they reserved the right to reject candidates nominated for high-ranking positions. And 'twas no secret they did not favor foreigners, Ishgardians especially, after the way the Holy See forsook the Alliance. Yet the monitors did not raise so much as a murmur of protest when Maria was appointed to her post. Passing strange, is it not? Could it be that the Ivy has some hold over the monetarists? This felt weird. But these revelations are secondary to our current mission. Of foremost interest to us Roeil's presence here now. As you may be aware, it is the duty of the Flame Marshal to command the Immortal Flames in the absence of the Flame General. While Rabon attended to the Council of Alliance Leaders, she should have remained in the Hall of Flames. The woman has no business being in Gridania, yet here she is nonetheless. On some pretense, she's up to something. Mark my words. Even as we speak, I have a dozen men trawling the Flames records for evidence of Roeil's guilt. But if we can catch her red-handed, we shall have all the proof we need. Which brings me to the plan. I have people watching over the city gates, the airship landing, and the docks. Every point of egress. She cannot leave without our knowledge. All that remains is to shadow her until she betrays her true purpose. Can I rely upon your eyes, Scion? You have my thanks. Let us go then, and take care not to alert our quarry. I like how he's like, hey, I'm gonna get the most famous Scion, one everyone recognizes, one Roeil would recognize, to shadow her. Hey, what are you doing up here? Royal's headed in the direction of the Blue Badger Gate. With me, Scion. It's also, where the Carline Canopy is, though. So Royal has entered the Carline Canopy, meeting someone, perchance? Or could it be she means to board an airship? Pray, look for her within. If she's not on the upper floor, try the landing area below. One of mine is stationed there. She may have seen something. Femi is her name. I shall remain here in case Royal appears. There's Femi. What are you doing? Mere apprentice, such an unexpected pleasure. What brings you here? A social visit, you say? How pleasant! No, she didn't come this way. I've noticed every passenger, and none bore any resemblance. Well, don't let me keep you. So she's either in the either in the inn, or donned to disguise. Why is my brain replacing words with other words? Language, is that even a thing that am I forgetting English as well? I forgot basically all the French I learned. Nowhere to be seen, you say? And you are sure she did not board an airship? She did not come back out either. Where in the seven hells could she have gone? The Roost! How could I forget? Greetings, good sir. Might I interest you in some Moon Tai tonic? A cup a day imbues a man with great vigor, if you take my meaning. Perhaps another time, friend. Wait, that necklace. You are a shinobi of Doma. The woman you seek has left Gardania by way of West Shore Pier. She was attired as a merchant, but these eyes are not so easily deceived. You may wish to take your search to the East Shroud. Rest assured that we shall continue to support you from the shadows. Thank the 12 for the Domans. Were it not for their unique talents, Royal would have disappeared without a trace. So, donning a disguise it is. Okay. Ilberd. In flagrant delicto. Our hunt leads us to the East Shroud, Scion. I suggest we follow Royal's example and take the ferry from the West Shore Pier. You'll doubtless wish to make certain preparations. See to them while I go on ahead. I shall await you at Sweet Bloom Pier. Good old Ilberd. I guess my nose is itchy. Hey, we have matching hair almost. She's got orange and I got red. Very cute. One cool thing about Final Fantasy is seeing like people just out playing music like that. I really like it. Okay. So with that said, let's head over to Sweet Bloom Pier, which should be over here. Which should be... okay. Was that what they were playing? Africa by Toto? I don't know Toto's music, so... if it's not a video game soundtrack these days, I don't listen to it. That, or Tom Cardy, I listen to his stuff too. Twitch ate your comment. Super rude. This way, my friends. Your quarry makes for the Hawthorne Hut. If Royal is truly the one we seek, we can expect that she means to make contact with her Garlean masters there. An explanation is in order. You're no doubt aware that the Garleans have their own method of communicating over great distances. Well, our ingenious friends at Garland Ironworks have provided us with devices which disrupt these communications, and we have installed them around the city-states. In so doing, we have made it difficult for Imperial agents to respond with their masters. Roel would thus have no choice but to rendezvous with her Imperial contact directly. Yet, as well-known face of the Immortal Flames, she cannot move about Thanalan without being recognized. It would only be a matter of time before someone saw through her disguise. 'Tis for this reason, I believe, that she has chosen the Black Shroud for her clandestine meetings. The illusions are a common sight here, and her comings and goings are not like to turn any heads. As my scouts tell it, the Garleans have sent agents with a mind to destroy the devices and render such direct contact unnecessary. Fortunately, our shinobi have thus far been successful in rebuffing their efforts. This is it. We need only make for Hawthorne's hut and catch Roel in the act. It's their most popular song. Maybe you'd recognize the real thing. Maybe. Then again, Canada. I mean, Toto's pretty popular here too, but there's a chance I wouldn't, just because, like, I don't listen to the radio anymore. I don't really listen to any music that people don't just show me. So it's also possible I wouldn't on that regard. Like I said, if it's, I primarily just listen to video game tracks nowadays. Now, for Toto fans out there, I just want you to know I'm not saying Toto's bad or that I dislike it or anything like that. I just probably don't listen to it just out of the fact that I haven't listened to it. My people report that our quarry has departed for the Bramble Patch. The ivy returns to the gnarls whence she came, but perhaps it is all for the better. To convict someone of her standing, we will require damning evidence against her. What could be better than to catch her in the act when she meets with the Garlean masters? My countrymen and I shall lie in wait in the shadows. Tread warily, my friends. I feel like this is a little too easy, though. Hey, there you go. Post it in the Discord. I'll watch it after stream. Thank you very much. Just beyond, Roel is in conversation with an individual clad in the manner of an adventurer. An Imperial intermediary, no doubt. This is it! With me! Imperial intermediary, using an Imperial shield and sword. Lane Master Eileen Roel, you are under arrest for treason and espionage. You were followed, you bloody fool. I would have let him escape. Well, escape, and had her follow him back to the Imperials with, you know, damnation! We should just catch him and interrogate him too. You are unarmed, my lady, and scarcely guard for battle. But if you wish to fight, you are welcome to try. What is the meaning of this, Captain? Would you arrest me for strolling in the Twelveswood? When last I looked, that was no crime, and neither was conversing with passing strangers. You would feign ignorance, then? Very well. If you do think of something to say, there will be plenty of time to say it later. Now, come quietly, or I shall make you wish you had. Dude, all she did was change her outfit. She didn't change her hair, her face, her glasses. I will offer you no struggle. After all, I have not to hide. I would not put my back to her at all. Even a warrior of Royale's renown could not have hoped to escape by force. Despite her claims, her surrender does not bespeak innocence, but an awareness of that her position is untenable. With the ivy thus uprooted, it is to be hoped that the tendrils she entwined around the immortal flames will gradually wither and die. Mayhap the people of Ul'dah will have the grand company they deserve. Let us speak of the present. If I may ask, what will you do now, Miro? So the Scions seek a way into Iceheart's sanctum. Then I dare say you are eager to return to the Rising Stones. Pray, do not let me keep you. Fear not, my countrymen and I shall attend to the aftermath. You need not waste your talents here. And speaking of talents, you have been training in the arts of the shinobi, have you not? The change in your bearing is quite evident, to me at least. I look forward to seeing you in action. Till next time, my friend. So that line she just said, if you have not leveled a ninja, she wouldn't say that to you. So that's pretty cool that they acknowledge some aspects of what you do. Hey, 10 Gauge, welcome. We just figured out who the Ivy is. And now we speak with Minfilia. For the evils Tiamat has committed. Perfect. Hard to believe we have 183 hates. Welcome back, Miro. I understand that Alphinaud has a task for you. May I ask what, or had a task for you? May I ask you what it was? Charges of treason and espionage against Eileen Royale? I can scarce believe it. Could there not have been some manner of misunderstanding? No, it avails us not to dwell on it. Whatever the truth may be, we must trust the authorities to uncover it. Let us speak of another matter. I am pleased to report we have made progress in our efforts to find a way into Iceheart's sanctum. A simple plan. As you may recall, Iceheart used the Aetheryte in the depths of Snowcloak to teleport to a short distance to the west, most likely to a sanctuary of some description. It is there we suspect she means to summon Shiva using the crystals she stole from House Fortom's caravan. The heretics believe they are bringing about the second coming of their patron saint, but if, as we suspect, they mean to hold a summoning ritual of the kind employed by the beast tribes, it seems likely that the result will be something more akin to a primal. Suffice it to say, they must be stopped. And stop them we shall, but first we must surmount the obstacle of ice that Iceheart has placed in our path. Ordinarily, it would be a simple matter to tap into the established Ethernet and thereby follow our quarry. However, despite our best efforts, we have been unable to ascertain the position of the Aetheryte to which she teleported. Our prevailing theory is that she destroyed the second Aetheryte upon arrival. A reckless, desperate measure, but also an effective one. After discussing the matter at length with Ryanje, we've concluded that we lack the expertise to develop a solution. Which is why we have called upon an aid of one who does possess such expertise. A colleague of ours who currently en route to Reminus Toll from Charlia. She should be arriving within the hour, in fact. Since you're here, mayhap we could welcome her together. I am certain she would appreciate the gesture. Let us make our way to the northern gates and await her coming. Alright, 10 Gauge. Okay, so we're gonna go meet this expert of theirs in finding ways to teleport to destroyed Aetherites. guy has a golden beaver pet. Wait a minute, Billy. We're waiting. Ah, adventurers.
Minfilia, am I right?
None other. I bid you welcome to Revenant's Toll, and thank you for traveling so far on such short notice.
As if I could ever say no to Urianger.
Moonbreeder is an accomplished Sharlayan scholar and an authority on aetherite technologies. She has played an invaluable role in our search for a means to capture Ascian souls.
Charmed, I'm sure.
Let us return to the Rising Stones at once, and then we have much to discuss. Alright. So this is Moonbreeder.
Moon! Gods, it's been ages!
Oh, longer, sister.
A joyous reunion indeed.
Well, of course it is. Moon and I are like twin sisters.
Save in appearance and aptitude.
Everyone, if I could have your attention. We have with us an esteemed guest who has come from Sharlayan to assist us. I bid Moonbreeder join us here that she might share with us her extensive knowledge of aetherites. Also, as many of you are already aware, she has been overseeing our research into white auracite, a sample of which she has been good enough to bring with her.
Well, I had to come, didn't I? You'd have to be bloody daft to turn your nose up at a chance like this. Where better to conduct my final tests than a land so steeped in ether you can taste it?
'Tis plain the passage of the years hath done little to dampen thy youthful spirits. And nothing at all to reform thy youthful manner.
Urianger, where in the hells have you been hiding?
Unhand me.
come all this way, and that's what you have to say to me? I much preferred when you were pleading with me to drop everything and hurry to your side. What was it you said? None save thee can satisfy this need.
Go on.
Thine artless attempts to misrepresent mine all too innocent motives do thee little credit. Mine intent, as well thou knowest, was but to impress upon thee the gravity of the circumstance. Lest thou doubt, a deiform entity shall shortly be summoned, save if thou and no other grantest my compeers thine aid.
You still haven't found it, then, your missing aetherite?
We have not. No. We know that Iceheart teleported to an aetherite not far from the first. Yet even after careful analysis, we could not locate the second beacon. We now suspect that the heretics destroyed the second aetherite to impede our pursuit. Our allies continue to scour Snowcloak for Iceheart's sanctuary, but we have no guarantee that they will find it. Yet it must be found, for even now Iceheart prepares to call upon Saint Shiva.
I'm sorry, but if the aetherite's been destroyed, then that's that. Although, you're absolutely sure she used the first aetherite, are you? She didn't just use teleportation magics?
One of our own bore witness to her escape. I can say with absolute certainty that Iceheart used the aetherite.
In that case, there might be a way, so long as the ethereal current is still flowing.
Truly? How?
We use the current to recreate the beacon. As you know, aetherites are a bit like lighthouses. We use them to reconstitute our physical forms when crossing the ethereal sea. Without them, we'd lose all sense of direction and our essence would dissipate. However, we don't rely solely on these beacons. There are currents of ether which flow between them, currents which help guide us to our destination. Now, these currents will gradually dwindle away to nothing if an aetherite is destroyed. But if even a sluggish flow remains, we could theoretically use it to direct a surge of concentrated ether towards the void left by the beacon, and thereby fill it up again.
Like opening the floodgates to fill a dry riverbed. Though, correct me if I'm wrong, but would we not need a veritable reservoir of ether?
In concert, we might manage to channel a sufficient volume, yet that is not my chief concern. To direct the flow of so great a volume of ether with the requisite precision would be a nigh impossible task in itself.
I barely succeeded in facilitating travel to an unattuned beacon. That which you describe sounds considerably more difficult.
And dangerous. Every person who has attempted to teleport in this fashion has died in the process. They, however, did not have white aura sight at their disposal. I can use it to channel all the ether you can give me into the aetherite. However, white aura sight cannot retain ether for an extended period of time, so we would need to infuse it immediately beforehand. Just so you know, I'd confidently give this plan better than even odds of success. And if the worst comes to worst, your people won't suffer.
Though it risked the lives of our best and brightest, we have not the time to seek other options. If the ethereal current still flows, we shall carry out Moonbreeder's plan.
That's the spirit. Let's roll the dice.
full glad am I that she's willing to play with my life like this. Anyway, guys, it's break time. Give me a sec. I'll be right back with more FF14.